was helping them, and they always had their hand out. And now they tried robbing me and my brother and sister straight up for this money and everything when my dad died. My uncle tried saying, I got to be the executor because you guys are convicted felons. I said, there's nowhere that it says that in any law book.
Wow.
Just some crazy shit, bro. Because like my dad did things and had everything under my grandma's name to avoid tax, and fucking it took 3 years for all this to get done. When we paid my uncle, he wanted $7,500 for doing nothing. We didn't get any of the mementos from my dad's house, all the stuff like pictures and all that from growing up. His girl took it. Even my grandpa's ashes and my uncle's ashes. This girl is a psycho, and like she took everything, and so it's a screwed up situation. People are weird as fuck, bro.
Yo, they just
You gonna
playing
do
out that role. You reminded me of a whole comedy I was watching where the
so
what movie was
it's
it? It
just
was,
it's
I
a
think it was
screwed
a
up
new Adam
situation.
Sandler movie, and they was invited
People
onto
are
this
weird as
boat,
fuck, bro.
but only so they can be framed because one of them was about to murder the dad, the old rich dad, and they wanted the girlfriend wound up being the girlfriend that devised the whole thing, and she wanted the money,
Yeah,
and they had the step brother there, the cousin, and all of that, and they all had their little motives that could have went for it and stuff, but they really did all want the money overall, all of them.
yeah, yeah,
Being
dude.
the
And
girlfriend
not to
that
be like
devised the
a
whole
negative
thing,
subject or
and she
anything,
wanted.
but that's what it seems like.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle, he's always had his hand out. My dad's always taking care of him. My uncle never ever worked, hardly ever. He's a lazy dude. Period. His wife is a nurse practitioner, and it took her many years to get. We had to pay $10,000 to get her to get out of my dad's
Whew.
house. So then we gave the house to my sister, and my
Can you
sister's
take a
gonna
break
give
for a
us
couple
me
minutes
and
so
my
I can tell
brother
you
50,000,
something?
so that way it's even, with the house. We lost about 80,000 cash, and we lost all of our
Well,
autographed
they went out
footballs,
and then I thought it
baseballs,
was some
cards, all
shit.
that shit we got as kids.
Wait,
Lost all that stuff to this
wait, hold on.
lake,
Can you give me?
and it's
Can
all
you give me one
gone now.
second, real fast?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. What was you saying?
I said,
No, no, go ahead.
the bike's flat.
It's flat.
So you're
Yeah.
saying that your
All right.
aunt
When you need it.
basically got rid of all your
No,
stuff?
Okay.
well, my
I can fix the
uncle,
bike by
like
tonight.
Ty was just saying about that
I don't
movie,
have no more inner tubes.
like he was
Yes, we
saying
do.
about
We
that
have two inner
movie, I
tubes
think my
in the
uncle
I
got
closet.
went to
hooked
Hot
up
Rod
with.
tomorrow morning. That was a twin inner tube.
He got two inner tubes in the closet.
No, but I'm telling you,
I
okay,
think
I
my
went to this
uncle
one right
hooked
now.
up with
I can't tell.
my dad's
Those are
girlfriend
way better than
afterwards
the
because
ones
they
I
were
put in the
so
bike.
hungry at getting this money.
Mm.
So it was crazy. Like he don't do nothing, and so he wanted his money for being the executor, but he didn't go over and take inventory of anything in the house like the executor is supposed to do. So he lost. He never even told the people my dad is mortgaging the house from that my dad died. So we are just gonna
Is
sell the
he
house. Yeah, my
older
uncle,
or
my
younger?
dad's brother, is my dad's older brother. My dad he ran car
I don't know.
dealership, bro, for Southeast Toyota, so he made mad money.
Oh,
Everywhere he went,
he
he was a
bro,
manager.
he's balling.
Because he upped their numbers. He made their numbers
You're right.
grow every dealership. So he was making fucking 10 grand a week at some places. So we
Gee,
grew up good, and he had a
bro,
lot of
he's
stuff
balling.
put away. And because he upped their numbers, he made their
You're right.
numbers grow every dealership. $250,000 making fucking 10 grand a week at some place. He used to party right along with
You
us.
grew up fast. That makes
Very, very fast, dude. Like it was so crazy. And she just all that shit my dad worked for, and all the stuff we kept, like she just kept it all. And like, what is she gonna do with stuff like that with our names on it? My dad's old military stuff and shit like that. I mean, it's just fucked up.
yeah.
Like, why would you keep that? And she's now living back in her little trailer, and she's done this before. before because I've looked up her information, and then there's spots on there where she's at an address for a couple months and she moves, and then she's at another address for a couple months and then she moves, and then she'll find someone just for 5 years or more, and then she moves. So she gets with dudes like my dad who have problems and shit. 'Cause my dad is an alcoholic, and she gets with dudes that have money and have a problem, chance of dying, and I, I think she, to be honest, poisoned radiation put him. So that shit was,
What do they call that? That black.
yeah, he thought of it over the years. The thing is we grew up, we were out of the house, and he was lonely. He was lonely. So he picked this dumb bitch over everyone for some reason, but he was controlling her more. And, he kept a little bit of cash in the bank account to make her happy, but she didn't know about all his money. And when my dad died, he had about 60 grand cash in a safe at my grandma, and my uncle got a hold of that, and my grandma probably used some of it for my dad's funeral, but that should have been at least, given to us too. And that's gone. Kelly, my uncle and my grandma, and Kelly and my uncle probably fucking talked my grandma into getting that, because my grandma's 90 now and she's getting loony. She's demented, and she was in charge of all my dad's shit. And this happened just in the past year, her getting a little loopy. So now it's like my uncle has power of attorney over my grandma, but my sister got in the house at the right time, so we saved it, and my sister's just gonna pay us, and they get nothing. And the lawyer wanted $22,000 for setting up this case and didn't do nothing for 2.5 years. And then one day he's like, I want to sell the house. I want you guys to pay me this much. You got to pay your uncle that much, and you guys get this much. We would only got like 20,000 each by the end. So we were like, fuck all of you. You know what I mean? And just moved my sister in, and my sister got a hold of the mortgage people and said, listen, my dad died. And they were like, what? And they're like, holy shit. My sister's like, I'm taking over the payments. So all that shit is out of their hands now. They're fucking my grandma and all of them. So they stole a decent amount, and they took advantage of my grandmother big time. And, they're the ones who are going to have to face the music when time comes, bro, not me. They're thieves. They're all thieves.
Bro,
And what's
you
crazy is
go ahead.
My uncle's kids have a ton of money. They're smart because my dad helped them out, and they knew their dad was a loser, so they got good jobs and went to school and college. My dad helped them pay for that and everything too, and they got grants too, and they became, prosperous. And their dad's still a fucking loser. You know what I mean? They could take care of him, and he's trying to rob us still. It's like fuck. It's crazy. The man.
You're the
It's
second
crazy
person.
how
You're the second person. The second person is 3 days that have had like bullshit, like screw them over, and
yeah, because
so, like, narcissistic.
And that's all. And it's for his kid. My dad took care of him because of my cousins, and my aunt was in school, so my dad helped pay their bills all the time, so. And fucking now his kids are making their own money. They don't even really want anything to do with their dad. So his next best option was to just rob us. And I think he was fucking my dad's girlfriend there for a minute. Shit is crazy.
Brother.
I just jumped back in on the last part.
Bro, like...
Yeah. No, I was telling him about how much they stole, like how much they damn stole. And then I think, like I was telling him, 2 days after my dad got his radiation treatment, he was dying in the hospital. And I think she poisoned him, and he was saying she's one of them black widows. And I told him, that's what I told my father in the beginning, that's what she was. I confirmed it by looking up her information. I paid $50 for it on the internet, and it just shows that's what she does, because her addresses, the way they change, and the way she goes through boyfriends, it all shows in the way her address changes.
Cool.
So she's done it a few times. So she got away with all about probably $50,000 worth of mementos and sports stuff, dude. All kinds of sports memorabilia, clothing, furniture, everything. She stripped the house. She was trying to take the appliances. She even tried taking the intercom system in the house. Like it was hanging out of the
Damn.
wall when my sister moved in. Yeah,
It's like everything
and
mine.
then, like
God
it's
damn.
yeah. She's a
Those
scumbag.
scandals.
She was a white trash Jerry Springer trailer park hub. And fucking, guess where my
Hmm.
dad met her?
Where?
When she was actually working a job, she was working at a bank.
Wow.
So she knew how much my dad had in his one little account. You
It
know,
made her
that's the only
move.
account
Oh,
she knew
she
about.
knew.
But she made her move, that's for sure, Ty. And fucking me and my sister and brother had to deal with it and pay for it. But you know,
Well, that's what I was
she'll
gonna
get her.
ask you.
The
You guys are tight,
universe will
right?
take
Though
care of her. Yeah, me and my brother and sister are
siblings
tight.
are tight. That's
Yeah.
good. My shit was my brother. Fuck. I mean, I don't want to backbite, but like after my mom died, because my mom died pretty young. She had ovarian cancer, and my little brother is like 8 years younger than me. And when she died, like the family just split. And like one day, I was gone for the weekend, and like he threw out all writings. She was a writer, and like her records, all pictures.
Yeah.
I was like, how
Weird
could you
shit.
do that? How could you do like my brother, man?
She kept all our stuff like that as a big middle finger to us because her whole relationship with my dad, we'd tell him, you know, this is what she's doing. You know, she would even leave town every year for like 4 months to go to Minnesota. For who the hell goes north for Christmas in snow like that? You know, she's like, I'm going to see my mom and that for Christmas, but she had boyfriends up there too. You know, I think she had a boyfriend the whole entire time and was sending him money, my dad's money, the whole night. And I didn't told my dad that, and he didn't believe me until the end when he said, you don't think I know that bitch is off?" He was using her too. It's crazy, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, the way she robbed us was fucked up. You know, my dad worked. He wasn't in our life a lot because he worked so hard. That's why we grew up little badass kids because we was looking to others that weren't as savory, so like just hanging out with older kids and older. I mean, my parents used drugs, like so. It was a big part of our life too. That shit was
You, you don't
crazy.
trust women now?
Me after that, I'll never trust another one because like that right there, and she wasn't even my own girlfriend. And I've had some girls just tear my heart up, chew me up. You know, it was either they used me for money or rides or because I was selling dope or something. You know, and they're all fine. I'm not a bad looking guy either. You know, I had no problem getting put, but it's just once they seen if they didn't know about me, if I didn't say anything, it'd be all good dating. And then once they knew what I had, they was like, oh, fuck, you know, they just started acting different. You know, I've had a couple girls even turn to my dad and like want to go fuck him behind me. Just because for more money and shit. It's like, Jesus Christ, you fucking whore, you know? And hitting on my uncle and all this stuff, like just crazy bitches. And I was like, once I seen that, I was like, you know, I think I'll stay single for a long time.
Yeah, it'll just come. It'll come organically now. Now that your mindset is different
Yeah,
too.
that's what I once the once I meet the right girl, I'll know it. It'll pop in. Until then, I'm focusing on myself and my
Just keep. I was
projects. You
gonna
know,
say, keep working on yourself, man, and it'll just pop without even you thinking about it.
I was trying too hard to have the girlfriend, have the nice car, have this, have that. And it's just not. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, when I stopped looking, I found my wife at the yoga, trying to get myself straight.
The best girl I ever met was a girl. This one girl fucked with me. I was living house to house. I say I was homeless. I did stay on the streets a whole bunch of nights, but I mean, I rented rooms here and there for like because people had habits that I stayed with in this certain hood, and for a night. I'd get them high and they would let me stay.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was hustling. That's what when I was home. I met this coolest chick when I was fucking doing that, and she followed me everywhere. Was loyal as hell. She didn't care that I had money or not. She would make her own anyways. It was cool as fuck. Like, she was a hustler too. It was the coolest chick, and she didn't know I had. And then she met my family, and it was like, what the fuck? She's like, you came from that, and you're now on the street with me. What are you doing? But I was just fucked up, like, because me and my parents, we all used to get high together, and then it just got to the point where we got to a certain age where my parents, you're too old. You got to start taking care of yourself. When they divorced, I basically do my own shit from like 16 on. But we all used to do pills together and all that. It fucking tore apart our family. So now my other side of the family, after my dad died, they look at me and my brother and sister as the black sheep. There's no need to talk to them. They've taken my grand, and they got her up in Pasco County, 3 hours away, and she has a house by me, but they have her 3 hours away, and they're like cocooning her, so that we can't talk to her, because then we might end up with more money that they stole from us or something, and they're just totally hiding her from us and taking advantage of her because she's getting dementia. It's messed up.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's what my dad's girlfriend was doing to us. She was keeping us from my dad, like the last 6 months of his life. She just did not want us around. I mean, just totally evil. Like she was doing something wrong the whole time. I knew. There's some evil people out there, guys. Fucking evil. It's some sick agendas. That's why it's good to do psychedelics, because you can see through that shit once you do. You can see that people, you can see how they operate, you can see their aura, you can see it coming right up if they got a plan for you or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't even know the plan.
It's a blessing.
They just
Yeah. You see chaos coming straight off of them. Pure chaos.
it was
That's why I just chill now. After all that fast life shit, man, I lived good. I lived like a fucking rock star, basically, at a young age, all the way up until my late 20s. After my uncle died, though, for my other uncle, he was 46. He died from endocarditis.
sound good.
It's a heart from shooting up. And that's when I fucking slowed down, Then I met dude, and everything went golden.
You ever
Seen
thought
everything
about
was
writing
bad.
about your life?
I could write a book.
It'd be a good
I
book.
was thinking
still got time.
I was thinking about writing a book because it's wild. There's so many trip stories. Like my whole life, I was intoxicated, to get away from my illness. So.
Hey guys, I went
like those
I went
stories.
live again. I moved to another room and got some bars. I think it's working. Hey.
All right.
That's cool.
But I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just wanted to say what's up to Hal real fast. He wrote in the chat. What's going on, Hal? He changed his name to Pizza Play. Pizza. How you go from Help Animals Live to Pizza Play? I guess it's trippy. Trip.
Dude, we got the most unique individuals in our group.
That's what makes it awesome.
I love this shit.
It's like you can't get it nowhere else.
I know.
You just go on the website.
Bro, you'd
it's the
have
same
to
thing.
fucking do a lot of searching, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is a lot of searching. I've done digging.
Technology is bad, but it is good.
No, it's good in there. It's so much good in there. That's why I think it take like take for you to just feel good to be using it, or what you get out of it is going to be how you feeling, or even if you try and hide it, like Facebook and stuff. How people get upset, or stuff you just putting on, like when they get upset and then say, I'm just putting on a mask, or people putting on a mask or something. Like with psychedelics and stuff, it's like, yeah, I know that's a mask. I know that's not me, so I ain't going to put so much energy into it. Like me, I just use it for promotion. Like just say, hey, we live right now, or share psychedelic stuff. But when you like really buy into that mask, that social media mask, it become it is you, and that's what people be getting confused at in their mental and stuff. Like that is your social page, that is you, but it ain't you as much as you really think it is. Like the way that it interacts,
Yeah.
and like you can let that be
My
bigger than you. Like you can live more in there than where you are right now.
like my cousins I was talking about, they're total narcissists. But I mean, they deserve because they earned their money. They went to school and everything. They did it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And everything they do on Facebook, they put on everything they do. They put on Facebook like life is perfect type stuff. But I
Yeah.
know they're unhappy because my dad was unhappy when he had all that money. It was fucking stressful.
Yeah, I always say I got this from a comedian too.
It's like a
I was
facade.
saying, if somebody got an Instagram or any social media, like I want to see them post like bad stuff at the same time as posting all the good stuff. That's what would make it like real cool and balanced out.
If you look at mine, it's not like mine's total balance. It's weird. You can tell like when I'm having a bad day and when I'm
Uh-huh.
having a good day. You know, when I'm having a good day, I don't put no fake bullshit out there. You know what I mean? I don't
So
take
you
my
got the
picture next to
director's
a
cut.
Ferrari and things like that. You know? Yeah, I'm chilling with my Ferrari. Pictures like crazy.
Chilling with
It's
your
like,
Ferrari with
man,
no friends. It's just you and your car.
yeah, me and my car, my narcissism. That technology has created a whole different level of narcissism. It's a trip.
It is.
Some people are funny, man, when they're doing the selfies.
Because it is their best
The,
friend.
the
They
fucking.
just don't know how to describe it in a non narcissistic way. So they just say, man, you hating. You just don't
Oh, yeah.
understand. You don't got it like this. Or not something like that. I'm like, yeah, I understand. I like my computer and stuff as much as you like that. But, but I
Yeah.
know I understand a little bit more what it is.
Some people get mad on there too. They bitch about how how it is nowadays, like the game and the younger generation and this and that.
Yeah.
And they're bitching and bitching and bitching. But my favorite thing is well, you gave birth to the motherfuckers, so you know, come on, like you're talking shit about the generation under you. You done birth, bro. That's your fault, then. That just shows how
Yeah.
intelligent.
That's why I love psychedelics. They like put me in that mind state, so I know what everybody else going through. Like if you talking about somebody else, like you really talking about yourself. Like you like
You've been
thinking out
there, or
loud.
you're gonna prepare to be there. Exactly, thinking out loud. People hate when I do that sometimes. I have good days and bad days, like I said. Everyone does.
Yeah, I learned to get a little more control of that because it is a blurred line sometimes on if you thinking out loud or if you really want the person next to you to like be answering your questions or if you talking to them. Like sometimes I just say, man, I'm just expressing myself. I'm not really talking right now, or I'm just tying. I be using that in my regular life too. Like I'm just tying. I don't know what I'm
Yeah,
doing right now.
I understand that 100%, bro. People be like, "Where are you at?" I'm just chilling right now because I'm not always in everyone's face and in everyone's business and running around and all. I'm not, like you said,
hmm
Ty.
And before psychedelics, when I used to like not mess with people, I used to like just get into my own zone. It used to be a kind of depression because it was like I was at that wall, but I wasn't able to push through it. So it was like I was by myself having my own
Yeah.
thoughts, but it was like I had to get past my own thoughts. Like that's I guess what it did. Got me past my own thoughts. My last trip, well, 2 trips ago, I guess now, I came up with this phrase. I gotta look it up. See, well, I don't care if anyone else had. I thought of it, pushing through the silence. I was like, that's how a trip is. You're pushing into the silence or pushing through the silence. I was like, yeah, that's cool.
hmm That's one thing where people have a hard time speaking up for themselves, where psychedelics could help them a lot. Because I know adults that still have a hard time doing it. I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get what you want unless you fucking speak up. You
They
know
like,
what
I
I
don't
mean?
want to be like those people that
Like,
always speak up. They ghetto. That's why
yeah.
people be dividing the line.
It's because they're scared, man. Like I heard that dude Seven
Uh,
Bomar. He has that channel Understanding, and he was someone asked him a question about DMT, and he would basically just said, I'm not gonna tell people what to do, but if you really want to work on conquering your fear, that's one of the better things you can do. And I mean, he broke it. I
mm-hmm.
mean, DMT is so many things, and so many, and like such a mystery. But then again, it is. It's about fear, man. Like conquering your fear, facing your fear.
See,
Cool.
in the, in the Dakota tribe and shit, in their tribe, like my great grandma was in, if someone was born with an illness like mine, they would be revered. You know what I mean? Like you're already
Right.
having
You'd be
visions of
shaman.
fucking yeah. So they would be right away be
Hey,
having me,
bros,
dude. And
I don't mean
I
to
think
interrupt you again. I'm still here, but I gotta order some tree off Weed Maps real fast. They just
that's
asked
cool.
my girlfriend.
Why?
They asked me to do it right now, cause they got my ID and all
That's
that
cool.
stuff. I guess it's cool for video too while we tying on
Choose one.
this. You never thought that this would happen in
Yeah, man.
2019 back in '010, living back in Philly.
That's just the deal
I'm
too.
I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, I
I'm saying
bet.
I'm glad Florida's got the medical now. I got my card, but it's expensive. It's
Yeah, it's
expensive,
about
and
$30 an
and
eighth.
they put a
I'm about
thing
to
in.
get now.
Yeah, 30 to
Y'all lucky.
50.
Hello.
Lucky.
Sometimes 50.
Don't even
I
know
want to
how
make a
good you have
delivery.
it.
Uh, Stefan.
Yeah, man. There's a lot. You know, they have to sell shit.
Right.
The dispensary don't use all them pesticides and all that. So you know what I mean. For your
267 536 267 536 931.
dude, I don't like just. I do. I don't.
You mean the vapes?
They can be handy, but I heard they're bad for you.
Yeah, I don't really like the vapes. I used to fuck with the volcano,
That's that big vape.
the big turkey, turkey.
Hell yeah. They don't. They got some good strain. Sells out so fast. And they're making millions of dollars a day. But now you can have smokable in Florida and all that. So they can't keep enough. They can't keep enough because they only got like 6 dispensaries, like
That's
major
it.
companies. And they got a lot of dispensaries, but they got 4 to 6 companies that do it. That's all. So
Yes,
yeah,
that's it.
got like 6 companies that do it, and
I
then
want an eighth of
they're
Ruthless
running
OG.
out of smokable. Especially every time I go get indicas are out. I'm always having
Oh,
to
that'll
go
be
high. But yeah, once I think they're gonna make it legal recreational here in 2020.
okay.
Hopefully they
Thank you.
do it for the whole U.S.
Yeah, I had my medical in California.
Sorry about that.
When I moved out here, they finally made the regular.
Yeah, they need to do that here in Florida because there's a lot of people who are on fucking hard ass drugs, man, that are poison. And if they had the ability to go to the store and buy a joint, like a
Right.
pre-roll or just it would change their
It
life, bro.
literally would.
They wouldn't
Having the
they
accessibility, the
wouldn't be
ease
I
of
on
hope.
that crazy
mind.
shit.
Like you don't gotta go out in the streets and they
They
offering you weed and heroin.
All
yep.
the
And
all
they
the
could spend their
alcoholics
time
can be
doing other
done too.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, and they
What,
can spend their
alcohol?
time doing something productive
Nicotine?
instead of chasing dope and alcohol all day, and they can go do something. That's what.
Did,
The methadone helps all the opiate addicts and all that.
Mhm.
It's kind of like the same thing. That stuff is horrible, but it keeps up of it. It's not. It helps them get back. Just go in and swallow that shit, and they go to work. To where if they didn't have it, they'd be running around on the streets, sick, looking for that crap and all that madness. They just need to let us all have the plant medicine.
yeah.
People will do their own thing, take care of their own thing. If they need medicine from the doctor, they will go get it. There's certain things that you have to go see them for, and there's certain stuff you don't have to.
Yeah, it's wild because when things is made available, it's like people are way more willing to do it in order to cure themselves. Like if it's
And
prescribed.
they'll study, and if it's available, they'll pick up and study into it more hopefully before they
Yeah.
ingest it. Some
No,
people ain't
I don't think most
reading,
people are though. They
and
don't even look up what a Xanax is.
most people don't. That's why I didn't as a kid. When I did pills, I was just trying to numb the mental and physical
Mhm.
pain.
See, I
You
didn't
know,
know none of those things did that, so I wasn't even tempted. I didn't even know about that stuff. I knew it was people on drugs around me,
that's good,
but I
bro.
didn't know exactly what they was doing. The most I knew about was that my mom smoked all the time.
Yeah, the shit that drugs made me experience and stuff. I don't regret. I just regret the damage it's done to my body. But I got to meet a lot of cool people, a lot of different walks of life, and all that just from a chemical and living there shoot for the day or however long. You know what I
Yep.
mean? I was all over the place, and because of them, it made me a different person. But if I did do them, I would have probably been all white bread like everyone wants, and
I was gonna say playing
at a
Fortnite.
computer desk somewhere right now. Yeah, playing Fortnite, fucking no girlfriend,
Fort.
But Fortnite's a good game though. I'm not
and
bashing
then
it, but you know what I mean.
going in and checking into my job and coming home playing Fortnite
Mhm.
like a robot.
Clocking in, clocking out, and feeling good about it too, or feeling as good as you can after a bottle.
I can't believe they used this admitted to that and are getting sued because it's so addicted to that.
Wait, what's addictive again?
The game
Oh,
Fortnite they had a guy that knew psyops and tech to Fortnite, and they hired him. Fortnite got in trouble for it, and he's getting sued or whatever
oh.
because so many
That
kids are addicted
surprises you?
and acting out. No, it don't surprise me. It's just crazy that they used they actually admitted to it. I knew that was
Yeah.
going on. They put it in Disney movies. Even. It just surprises me that like technically,
Dude, everyone here is
damn,
on their mobile phone playing games. All the quote unquote young. It's pretty pathetic.
kids kids don't even like. When I was a young man, I was skateboarding, smoking weed, cigarettes, getting laid, and just being wild and
Hell
being
yeah,
what
man.
kids do. And now kids
Right.
like what? Check this out. This is gonna
What's
blow your
that?
mind. One thing you don't hear of anymore is teenage pregnancy. You don't hear of that much anymore.
Uh,
These kids
that's
now
true.
meet online and they act as the avatar online and they have their social life online.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not a lot of teenage pregnancy anymore. I know other shit.
Damn.
That's a trip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Be 25 years old and ain't know what to do with a piece of pie.
That's true. A lot of people living through the internet on different sites and everything. I feel that when I'm coming back from trips, I'm like, all right, I feel myself going to this website to get this out of this and this to this, and then I'll be switching it up or just not doing it at all. If I feel it in myself, at least.
Mm. Yeah, I
Hmm.
understand that. It breaks it. It adds some, you know, adds to the
Yeah.
day. And it splits it up.
It's like it, yeah. I'll say it splits it
Doesn't
up.
make
Like all
everything.
these things happening at the same time. Like it feel like I'm trying to recreate a trip through going through a social media site. All the flashing images, all the fast emotions, paying attention for half a second. Then I'm feeling like this and feeling like that. But no, it's like that's a roller coaster
Mm-hmm.
that you don't even always sign. Well, you do sign up for, but it don't always gotta be like that.
No, I don't. Yeah, you can choose it to be that
Hmm.
way.
But at least you create, man. Like most people don't give back. You're creating videos like all the
Yeah.
time, man. Like
Some people
I was
won't
like
get
all
back at
my
all.
friends, I was the only one that did that shit. My friends couldn't understand. They don't even some of them don't even care, but like that was like my therapy, making vlogs, music videos and shit.
Yeah, that's
I
cool.
should start making a vlog. There's a kid
You
that does a
should.
Hmm.
vlog called I Am Schizophrenic, and he has a lot of viewers, and he just goes throughout. He talks about how his day was every night, and he recently got a girlfriend and shit, and he's just a cool kid. And, you know, he has mild symptoms of it, but you can tell it bothers him, and you can tell he's legit just by the way his eyes wander on the camera, off the camera, like he's checking to see if someone's about to sneak him. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Or there's it's either that or the shadows are fucking with him, and he just keeps looking at him like, you dicks. You know what I mean? You learn how to ignore it, but sometimes you do look. You just got
Yeah.
to. It's like girl showing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you
But
could
yeah,
even take
he runs a pretty cool
you
channel.
take from this, take it from ties or true life stories, and just
31.
promote them on TikTok.
That's exactly what I would. That's exactly what I would do
That's
too.
what I'm doing right now as we speak.
And I could fucking just go about do a vlog at the end of the day. Just have some videos of the crazy shit I experienced throughout.
Right.
It's like
Look at where you
it
could just
gets
sit
real
underneath that
wild.
tree with bro. You just go outside, brother. Like, this shit, bro.
Yeah,
With your
What's going on?
with your
yeah.
narrative.
There's all kinds of stuff I could do with nature, and just like it's what I do, and people would understand more. Like what all schizophrenics ain't fucking absolutely
No.
nuts sitting in their house rocking. They're not at all. Like I've seen them. I've seen some bad do that. They're a chef and
And then Mike
extreme.
Tyson used
Oh
to see
yeah,
my little
he
with
wasn't. No, he
you.
was small. He didn't do the shadow boxing though. This big
Oh,
brother was
okay.
doing the fucking shadow boxing. He made an NFL player look small. If I ever, no one walked near him. They just let him be. But the guy Mike Tyson, yeah, he just sat there and rocked in his bed and chain smoked cigarettes
He
and
used to do
drank a
that.
hell of a lot of coffee. There was some weird people in there, man. Like a lot of people were just sticking to themselves, and then if there was people that were messing around, like there's little groups. You had your little group of gay people, and you had the beautiful thing about prison with me was because I'm Native American, I got along with everybody. There was no race shit involved with me whatsoever, none. No one would give me shit for talking to another race, nothing, because they knew if they did, they'd get fucking split. And if I got jumped, so be it. Standing up for what I fucking believe. But yeah, it was definitely a fucking intense time. For someone like a lot of the mental hospitals closed down in Florida, and people that were doing time in those, they just ended up sticking them in regular prison.
In the from the
So
mental
yeah,
hospital straight to a prison.
yeah, yep. Isn't
Wow.
that sad?
Dope them up
Yeah,
with all these strange drugs, and after getting them off the other strange drugs, and lock them up with no drugs. Well,
yeah.
whatever
Well, they
drugs
give
they
them
got in
drugs.
prison.
The one thing that was cool about being in a psychiatric camp, though, was the artwork you could buy and stuff. These guys are brilliant. They the shit they'd see.
Yeah, if only they had the proper outlet to do it, to like sell their stuff.
Yeah, they're good too, man. Some unbelievable.
That's always the thing about what they say about artists. They say that, like, the business side is always hard to put together. But once you get it both together, you got something. That's why a lot of the corporations be taking over these young people, like at a young age, and get their brand name on them. So now they always represent the brand with all their creative energy. Like, you would have never been able to get it out without us.
The first person to do that was Andy Warhol. I went to his museum in Pittsburgh, bro. Like, he was actually a legit artist at first, like great sketch artist and painter, but then he started making like prints for companies and just commodified his art.
Oh, that's cool. Didn't Andy Warhol mess with
John Michelle?
Yeah, John.
Jean Michelle.
What's that guy? Basquiat?
Basquiat. Yeah, that was they collaborated.
Yeah, he helped get him on the scene.
Artist, actually.
Yeah, I hate that I like him, but I can never say his name.
I know, he's like really my favorite. I can't even say his name.
Well, yeah, he got him out there.
That H.R. Geiger does some cool stuff too. If you're into like the darker stuff, it depends what mood you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of that stuff comes to life when I'm, mushing. Yeah, he designed all that. He designed all the sets and stuff for a lot of movies. Alien and the movies related to it. What's that one movie where the fucking...
He was recording his trips. He was recreating his trips. He's like, I got an outlet.
What's that movie where they come back to life while they're in the ship and the android's still alive taking care of them? And it has to do with Prometheus. Prometheus.
Yeah.
That movie's serious. Yeah, that movie has some cool set design. If I was going to get wetted up a bunch of tats, I would get some of that biomechanical looking stuff. Like that, just the backgrounds, like the walls and stuff, how it looks all crazy.
Yeah. Because it look old, but in the future at the same time. If I'm thinking right, the same thing.
Yeah, I love looking at art, bro. Some people don't. They're like, what are you doing? Just looking at art.
No, Mushroom give you, psychedelics, they give you a general appreciation for art.
Big time.
Like, you get lost in it. Like, you hear it, instead of going through those cliches and stuff, it's like you live in those cliches. I'm lost in this picture. This picture says 1,000 words. Like, it literally starts saying 1,000 words.
Especially about the artist, too. It tells you the artist's condition at the time and everything.
Yeah, like, you get to go into that dream. Like, the painting is a portal. Like, literally. It's making me think of Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was an old one where they was in the museum, and it was a full moon, and all the statues came to life, and the Thinking Man statue got together with Mona Lisa, and they was jumping in and out of the paintings, going to different worlds. And they had to get back in the paintings before the full moon was over, because people in the paintings tried to come out and switch places with Courage and get them stuck inside their world so they can live inside of Courage's world.
Damn.
And that movie was show was deep.
That's a good one.
They about to remake it. The writer's saying they got some production money.
Hell
That's
yeah.
what they do.
Bro, you ever tried watching Gumby? Going to sleep?
I haven't watched that in a while. Long time. The green guy, the clay guy?
Yeah, because he goes through books and shit. Like, he goes through the book and he goes into that world.
No, I gotta see that. I don't remember anything about it.
Hey guys, Ty, someone just pulled up here. I'm gonna have to get off here, guys. Thanks for talking to me today and shit.
Hey man, thanks for talking over here. You're welcome. On the same.
You're welcome, man. You appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you. I'll holler at you guys later. Have a good day.
Same. Peace.
Peace out, man.
I think I was listening to an old archive of the true life stories, and you were maybe in Philadelphia or something.
Uh-huh.
That's pretty sick.
No, I think that was when I visited Philly on True Life one.
Oh, you visited?
Yeah. That was the first visit I had since I moved here. That was like almost a year ago. Over a year
I was
now.
like, who's this guy in Cali in Philly?
I'm just a guy with dreads. It's like, nah, I used to be just a guy with dreads. Now to psychedelics, and so I was nothing. Like, I always had an idea of that, so when it happened, I was cool. Like, I never had an existential crisis that I was dying off psychedelics. It was always, I saw later that I could have went farther if I wasn't distracting myself. Like, I always see how I could have died. Like how they say you hear them beckoning you to take more or to, like, I don't know, it's just situations. It's just real situational. I learned how much I distract myself through those experiences, because it wasn't a bad trip. It just was like, oh, it could have been so much more. I just talked.
Distracted.
Yeah, because I would try to explain stuff to my girlfriend at times. I'd be like, this is how I feel about this, and this is what's happening here, and it's related to connecting all these astro dots that don't make no sense if you at first you never took really, like, had a good mushroom trip, and if you're not on mushrooms at that moment that I'm on it. So I had to learn to just sit and not try to get it out. But then I saw that was a voice I always had, and that's what that's what be coming out in the show. Like, oh, I gotta explain this. I gotta explain how I feel in this way. But I changed out the way that I even talk now, because I'm not so bothered by so many thoughts and thinking that I'm so much alone and I gotta disastrously get my message out or disastrously like talk. It's like, I'm just talking, and it's just gonna go out there. And I don't feel so beat up. I don't feel like I'm gonna die if somebody don't hear it. And mushrooms really helped me with that, because I never knew I was really dealing with that. And then it took me back to my life in this reality, like talking about my mom and stuff like that, and family issues. Like me, it was always another voice that I guess I wanted to speak up from, but I never did. Like, I was a quiet kid growing up. Like, people used to always ask me, was I okay? Like, even in middle school, they say, are you lost or something? Like, I always had that face going on sometimes. But I was just always in my own zone. But I guess, and then I learned to express myself back. And it was cool because art was there in middle school. And then that was always my favorite subject. And then they took it out of schools in Philadelphia. And I didn't have it in high school. And I didn't have it in the year I was at college. I went for astrophysics or something. And now I'm like, man, I just want to do art. Art, make videos, do sketches. Communicate with people. That's like, communicate ideas.
Yeah, it's prolific, man. Your body of work. I mean, I just discovered your channel maybe like 3 weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, damn, man, you got so many videos, so many different styles you're coming.
Yeah, I switch up a lot.
Yeah.
I always switch up because
I mean,
I don't like holding on that much.
I mean, that's like one of my channels that actually got shut down, and that's what I was trying to do, always like switching it up, man.
Mm-hmm.
Doing vlogs, doing audios.
Why get shut down?
Hella abstract. Copyright.
Oh. I'll be worrying about that with the videos, the reaction videos I make, but I make them private before I upload it, so they tell me a little message. But so far, it just say it's ineligible for monetization. But I said I don't care about that. But as long as I don't get no strike. But as too, with the reaction, I look up if anybody else did it first.
Yeah. The thing about, for me, is like, the worst is the comments get, because if people are having good discussions in the comment, that sucks. But I mean, I have most of it all archived, and I plan on making DVDs and what of all my material.
No, that'll be the way to go.
But, yeah, man. But YouTube is a good medium. You gotta play the game a little bit.
Oh, trust me, I've been playing the game. That's why in the earlier episodes, like probably earlier, like January this year, January of last year, 2018, I was on mushrooms and microdosing a lot in the woods, making the videos, but I never wanted to mention anything about mushrooms. So I would just be talking about the message that the mushroom was giving me. And I was like, in my mind, is because I don't want to get cut off. But then to see that it was all these other thoughts in my mind too about how people would look at me. And I was watching a lot of Infinite Waters, so I was like, oh, this how you got to do the YouTube thing. So I was playing it. Thought I was playing the game, but now the psychedelics they helping me remix it while still like staying in line. It still is a thin line and stuff, but that's why I like that they decriminalizing it, so I can refer to news articles or say Joe Rogan talking about this all the time, and his channel's still here. Like, come on.
I mean, you're pretty much good in Cali. Out here, I might have to use that discretion that you used to use earlier in the year, though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see myself really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can talk about the message, but not really necessarily how I got there. But for those who know, I'm talking. You know what I mean? So
yep. That's how I was. That's how I was starting.
Cause it's serious out here.
Mm-hmm. And it's a whole bunch of different outlets. Like it's the I be thinking about going into conventions and stuff where people give talks about their experiences or about some science. I was like, they just regular people that just got some stuff together that just look a little put together.
Right.
But they are helping people though. I said that would be cool too. So it don't have to be online, but you still got to get your message out there. I know Maps is big for that.
Oh yeah, the Maps research.
Mm-hmm. And however Kalindi be getting his talk, so he say that's how he make a lot of his money. He be selling his tickets to shows or events he be doing around the country. I said,
you
oh,
just
that's
have
a
to
hustle.
find the circuit, man. Just find the circuit.
Yeah, that's the word.
Because it's
circuit.
probably like a circuit, and once you do that, you'll be like, juiced up. You have your foot on in the door. There's probably something going on like every weekend, probably, if you really wanted to do something.
Uh-huh. It just take that 1-2 person to connect you. Like, oh, let me let you in.
Exactly.
But here on the YouTube, I'm creating this own thing right now. But still, I'm always open because I don't know nobody in Chico yet where I live at. Like, physically, besides my neighbors and stuff like that. I still don't talk to nobody.
I know somebody that probably would probably vibe with you big time. He's a music cat.
Hey, connect them. Like, send them a Discord or something.
Yeah, he's from Chico, but he lives by that dam. What's it called?
Orville.
Orville, yeah.
That's not too far. I was there before a couple times. It's like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah, I gotta hook you up, bro.
Uh-huh.
You guys definitely would vibe.
Yeah, that's cool. That's kind of why I started the channel too, because I wasn't running into anybody.
He's on some really creative shit.
Alright, that's dope. Because everybody else I run across too, like my old coworkers when I used to work at Goodwill and stuff, they be cool. But then when I tell them about my channel or something, or they come over and I like really start talking, they never came back. I said, that's cool. I said, that's all right. And then like the friendship dwindled until then, since then, and they'll just move out they'll just move or something. Or just not call back. I was like, all right.
They're afraid they're gonna be locked in. That's your subliminals, just Ty store or just mine.
Yeah. You'll see it. I'll be saying that all day. That's better than saying anybody else's slogan. Just do it.
Nike. Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, who was it? Somebody was saying, Ninja from
YouTube.
Was it Daft? No, Ninja. Daft Punk. No, not Daft Punk. What's that South African like grunge? That band, that crazy ass band from South Africa. It's a dude and his wife.
I'm not sure.
His name is Ninja. He was in District 9.
Uh-huh. The movie?
But anyway, like, he's a big time, like, music artist. Anyway, he was saying that, like, Kanye West invited him over to his house. It's one of those Vice episodes where they put animation to a crazy story.
Yeah.
And shit. And he was saying that Kanye West invited him to his house, right? And he was like neighbors with him. He was like, what the fuck? I never really talked to him. But it's Kanye, so he went over, dog. And he said he went into his... No, it wasn't Kanye. It was not that guy. It was that Indian
comic. Anyway, he went into Kanye's living room. He said it was weird that Kanye was blasting his album, and he was just gigging, bobbing his head to the music. Like,
That's how it gotta be. I used to listen to Wayne back in the day.
He made a joke about it. He made a joke about it, but then I was like, dude, if you can't like your music, who else is gonna like it?
Yeah. I used to listen to Wayne back in the day, and he used to say how he only listened to himself back like his heyday.
Right.
But hey, I gotta go. I gotta go walk some neighbor dogs around the corner,
man.
make some change.
Walk these dogs so we can live. Method man shit.
All right, brother. Thanks for having a conversation. Cause I don't just like the first. Well, probably the first or second time. No, the first one was true in them. I don't ever like have guests on here like this for so long. So this was real. I appreciate it.
Man, it's lovely.
Or friends. Fuck a guess.
Yeah, man. Definitely, bro. Definitely. I'm gonna hook you up with my homie too.
All right.
And yeah, man. Appreciate your art, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, hands claps together and bow.
Just Tai. So buy the merch. Support the channel. True life stories in Thai. Just Tai. All right, peace, brother.
Bang. Peace out. Alright guys, yeah, this was amazing. That was actually a continuation of what was going on. I got about like an hour and a half recorded. So I'm gonna upload that. So if y'all want to keep telling tying with us, join the Discord and leave your comments below, guys, because we all tie. But do we really tie? Sometimes I don't know, dude. Sometimes I really don't know. Love you, love all of y'all. Appreciate all of y'all for coming by. Drop a like. Let people know that this video is liked by others. Just keep it out there funky. And we going to keep on tying, living and living. So check out the Discord, the Instagram.